I want to take a few minutes to talk to you about Donald Trump's speech at Gettysburg. I think it's the most important speech of the campaign, and I think it's a remarkable speech. It was very appropriate that he picked Gettysburg because the truth is, government of the people, by the people, and for the people, as described by Abraham Lincoln, is exactly what this campaign has turned into. I've watched Donald Trump since he first started thinking about running. Close and I have known him for a long time. I've watched him grow. He's made mistakes. On occasion he said some things you couldn't really defend. But beneath all that, he has grown and grown and grown. Let's be clear. The speech he gave today, and I urge every American to read it before they vote. The speech he gave today came after 2 years of campaigning and thinking and adjusting and learning some things, I think, that really surprised him. I don't think he had any idea when he first started that he would have the brutal, unending, one-sided hostility of the news media. That actually it's a propaganda media. Has no resemblance to a news media. I don't think he had any idea that all those reporters he'd known over the years, all the people he'd chatted with when he'd doing The Apprentice, all the people he'd met during the Miss Universe contest, all the folks who'd covered him in New York City, that 96% of their money would go to Hillary Clinton and only 4% to Trump. That's a 24-to-1 ratio in the propaganda media for Hillary Clinton against Donald Trump. I don't think he realized when he first started running how deeply sick Washington was, how bad the bureaucracy is, how bad the culture is. And I think it's people like Chairman Miller, who has for years worked on the Veterans Committee and who knows that the Veterans Administration is genuinely sick and unwilling to change. You know, recently we had a report that the suicide line, 1/3 of the time, went to voicemail. Now imagine a Veterans Administration so incompetent that when a veteran at 2 or 3 in the morning is considering suicide, reaches out to talk to a human being, 1 out of 3 calls goes to voicemail. And I think the more people like Chairman Miller briefed Trump, the more he began to realize that there were things that were profoundly wrong. And then he watched the depth of corruption at the Federal Bureau of Investigation and the Justice Department, which he cites in today's speech, where General Cartwright, a distinguished, patriotic, 4-star general, may spend time in jail for one lie to the FBI, when Hillary Clinton, who seems to remember everything in the debates, told the FBI 39 times she couldn't remember. Is there anybody in America, except maybe Bill Clinton, who believes Hillary Clinton when she blatantly lies 39 times, when she eliminates 33,000 emails? And so I think what's happened is, the longer Trump has campaigned, the more he's realized the system in Washington is corrupt, it is sick, and it has to be dramatically changed. And to change it, you have to have real reforms. And that's why, if you read his speech carefully today, and it's truly a remarkable historic speech, you'll see idea after idea after idea for fixing the system. I'm very proud of him. It's a long way from being a businessman to winning the nomination. It's a long way from winning the nomination to begin to understand historically what you'd have to do as president. And he's made that journey. You know, to my fellow Republicans who tell me they're never Trump, that means you're functionally always Hillary. She is dishonest. She is corrupt. She will complete the process Obama has started of turning America into a country like Venezuela, a country where there's no rule of law, a country where corruption is rampant. If you doubt that, read all the details of what the FBI has done under Comey and realize when you start having the FBI being corrupted, then who's going to police the police? The fact is, we are right at the edge of, I think, one of the most dangerous periods since the Civil War. A period where you could have a president who enters office knowing that she ought to be in jail. When you have a president who enters office knowing that she and her husband have basically stolen millions, when she enters office knowing that she's cut all sorts of deals with foreign governments, foreign dictatorships, and foreign billionaires. And that's before she's president. So I think if you read this speech, if you take seriously what Lincoln meant, and Lincoln meant it from the depths of his heart. He led America in a civil war in which 630,000 Americans died, more than in all of our other wars. And he did it because he truly believed that we were the last best hope of mankind. He did it because he really believed that government of the people, by the people, and for the people was essential. Let me say also, on the term limits proposal Trump has advocated, that was in the original contract with America in 1994. We voted for it, but we couldn't get a constitutional majority. The system is truly sick. We're going to have to fix the civil service. We're going to have to make it possible to fire people who are dishonest, incompetent, or corrupt. We're going to have to find a way to reestablish that it is the people who run America, not the bureaucrats, not the judges, and certainly not the news media. And I am very proud of the fact that where most politicians, if they were as beaten up as Trump has been by the news media, they would bend. He's gotten bigger, he's gotten tougher, he's gotten more courageous. The American people have a choice. Do you really want your country run by people who are so totally dishonest as the New York Times, CBS News, NBC News? Take a look at the night that we both got the WikiLeaks secret speeches by Clinton, and we had an 11-year-old tape by Trump. 23 minutes were spent by the three networks attacking Donald Trump. The three networks combined had 57 seconds on WikiLeaks. The media is trying to destroy Trump. They're going all out. They are part of the establishment. Their world is at risk. And this speech raised the ante, because in the Gettysburg speech, Donald Trump outlined the kind of things that really are going to change America for the better, that are going to return power to the American people, that are going to bring the bureaucracy under control, they're going to isolate the Congress a lot more from corruption. And I think it is an essential speech to understand what this election is all about. I'm proud of him for giving it. I hope each of you will have every one of your friends read it before they vote. And if they have any doubts about how great a danger Hillary Clinton is to the Republic, how great a danger she is to the survival of the rule of law, I hope they'll read this speech and think about it long and hard before they vote. Thank you for allowing me to be with you for a few minutes today.